What's going on, everyone? Sports back with another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about Daniel Jones, as he has been balling so far this season for the New York Giants. He's been awesome as the quarterback of our football team. He's led the Giants to a 4-1 record, and he's completed 67% of his passes. In doing so, he's had no wide receivers whatsoever. He's had a bunch of practice squad guys. Kenny Golladay, his best number one, highest paid, wide receiver, has been awful. He has caught 2 passes, maybe 3 passes all season long. Sterling Shepard got hurt. Wan'Dale Robinson, Kadarius Toney, both are hurt. His top 4 receivers have not done anything for him. Between injuries and just poor performance, he's been throwing to David Sills, Richie James, Darius Slayton, and he's found a way to take the Giants to 4-1. He has been balling. He has proven to the Giants why he might be worth the second contract, and why he certainly will be worth bringing back for at least another season. And, if you're going to ask me right now, do I think he's the franchise quarterback? Do I think he's the answer for the Giants? No, not at this moment. But if he continues to play this way the rest of the year and he wins 10 games, I certainly think the Giants have to think long and hard about it. And in that position, I think that he puts the Giants in a position where they can't draft a quarterback and would sign him for another season or 2. I think that's I'm kind of leaning towards that. I think that's what's going to happen. I think Jones is going to play well enough to get himself and get the Giants into a situation where they're picking, in the mid to late first round, round 20, and where they just really cannot select the quarterback, at least one that they like. So at that point, then the Giants would sign him to a 1 or 2 year deal to keep him the quarterback here as sort of the stopgap for the Giants, and see if he can improve there. But Brian Daboll has done, just so much in terms of helping out Daniel Jones and improving him as a quarterback. He's been fantastic. I mean, in terms of, stats, he has not, gone over the top and, performed, incredibly in terms of, the numbers and statistics. But take a look at what he's done in games. He's had no help from wide receivers. The offensive line hasn't been great. It was okay yesterday, but it hasn't been great, and he's finding ways to win games with his legs. He's banged up. The guy's a warrior. Daniel Jones is not only the easiest guy to root for in the New York Giants, but he's one of the easiest guys to root for in the entire NFL. He comes in, he plays through injuries, he plays through so much. He just fights every single time he's on the football field. You see yesterday, his hand is cut up, blood everywhere. He leaves everything. He leaves 110% out on the football field. And from your quarterback, you cannot ask for anything more. Daniel Jones' biggest concern going in to the last, this season, the last few years, was turnovers. What has he done this year? Completely minimized the turnovers. He's committed 3 turnovers so far in the 5 games this season, and one of those interceptions against Dallas was because David Sills slipped. The fumble in week 1 was because of poor offensive line. So he's really committed 1 turnover that's his fault. That sack, he was blindsided, completely destroyed from behind. I think Daniel Jones has really improved, made a step up, and he's got no weapons. Could you imagine, you get this guy a receiver, or you get this guy a, something, get him anything to, continue to progress. I think this guy could be good. I really do. I still believe in Daniel Jones. If you're asking me right now what I think will happen with him and the New York Giants moving forward, I think he plays well enough for the Giants to win 9 or 10 games. He leads the Giants to 9 or 10 wins. And, the Giants are in a position where they cannot draft a quarterback. They're picking, right around that 18 to 22 pick range. And, he's played well enough to put them in a spot where they can't draft a quarterback, and they re-sign him for 2 years. And in those 2 years, they continue to give him weapons. Re-sign Saquon Barkley. Get a good receiver, even 2. Continue to build up that offensive line and see what he is. Brian Daboll's a genius. Mike Kafka's been great. I think if the Giants could do this, I think Jones could, really improve and progress, as we've seen. And I know we've heard this all the time. If you get him a receiver and build him an O-line and get a healthy Saquon Barkley, what could he be? Just look at what he's done with a healthy Saquon Barkley only. The offensive line is still below average. I mean, all right, let's say it's average, but, improve that to above average. Keep Saquon Barkley going and get him a receiver. See how good he could be, right? He hasn't beaten bad teams like Green Bay and Tennessee. Those were the 2 number 1 seeds in their respective conferences last season. So overall, I think that Daniel Jones is going to do that. He's going to be able to put himself in a spot, and the Giants in a spot where they can't draft a quarterback, and he's going to come back next season, maybe even for 2 more. And he's going to be a guy who proves why the Giants should keep him around. I love Daniel Jones. He's so easy to root for, and he's got this Giants team winning football games, and it doesn't matter what stats you put up. It just matters that you're winning games. He's doing it with the legs. He's been fantastic. He's the second leading quarterback in rushing yards this season. He's got 3 game-winning drives. That's the most in the NFL. He's been absolutely great. His completion percentage is 67%. Like I said, his turnovers really aren't his fault outside the 1 interception week 1, and he's only committed 3 turnovers in the 5 games. That is tremendous. Brian Daboll, the rest of the coaching staff. Coaching is everything, and we're seeing that from Daniel Jones. Imagine Brian Daboll was here from day 1 of Daniel Jones. He would be a top 10 to 12 quarterback in the league. And I still think, I still think Daniel Jones could get there. I think he's going to be with the Giants beyond this season, and I think the Giants are going to continue to improve the offense. That offense and see what Daniel Jones can be. I'm excited for it. I love Daniel Jones. This guy's a warrior. He's been balling. You guys let me know down in the comment section your thoughts on Daniel Jones. What do you think about him so far this year? He's led the Giants to a 4-1 start, and I can't wait to watch him the rest of the season. I love Daniel Jones. You guys let me know your thoughts down in the comment section on Jones. Let me know all that good stuff down in the comment section. As always, please leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. See you guys all in the next video, and as always, let's go Giants.